5 minutes.
All right, thank you. I'm Theotis Robinson Jr. I live at 508 Union Avenue within spitting distance of this meeting, Knoxville, Tennessee 37902. I have had the pleasure to sit where you, ladies and gentlemen, are sitting tonight. And I was referenced in the column in a newspaper article today. The system in Knoxville for electing members of City Council was changed by referendum in 1968. It was changed because the races after 1912 were all at-large races. And while African Americans could win nomination in the primaries, nobody could win in a citywide runoff given the nature of our society. This change, this system that we have, was based on the system that San Diego, California put in place because they had the very same issue. And there were lawsuits that were being filed to change the way because it was discriminatory when it came down to African Americans being able to run and win elections. Originally, the system called for 6 districts where primaries were held within the district only, but at that time, everybody in the primary election had 2 votes to cast in the primary, and the at-large seats all ran just as a group. There were 2 members of the city council in the early 80s who didn't like that system. One had the bejesus scared out of him because 2 candidates teamed up against him, and they changed it so that it was limited to 1 vote in the primary, and that's where the problem comes in. Supposedly, this would protect Knoxville's minority community from discrimination. It does just the opposite. It makes every voter in Knoxville a minority, given that out of a 9-council assembly, 5 constitutes a majority. And with 6 districts, 5 of whom people, no matter where they live, would not have a vote to cast, it makes every voter a minority voter. It strikes me, reportedly, Representative Davis doesn't even live in the city of Knoxville, and why she would be so concerned with how the city's elections are operated strikes me as odd. I don't think there's anybody in this room who believes that what our problem is that we don't have enough partisanship. We look at the national picture, how partisan everything is in the federal government, in the Senate, and in the Congress. We look at our state, and we see partisanship again rearing its ugly head. I don't know what problem introducing partisanship by having members running declare either as Republicans or Democrats or independents. I don't know what problem that is supposed to solve. This bill needs to be withdrawn. It's a bad idea, and I think we have the capacity here in the city of Knoxville to govern ourselves. Thank you.